Hello and welcome to the ABCs of Faith. We are back into the alphabet after taking a little bit of break and doing the Lenten edition. Larry, how you been?
I have been great. Of course, it doesn't feel like we took much of a break, but I guess since we took a break from the alphabet, it was a break. And now that we're halfway through, we're going to revamp and trick things out a little.
Yeah, we've got a couple new segments that we're excited to share with you tonight. But remember, this is a show that helps you know so you can grow. Presented by who, Larry?
First Presbyterian Church, downtown Bradenton, Florida, where we are cultivating hearts for Jesus from the heart of downtown.
That's right. You can check us out on the web at www.bradenton.church. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We look forward to meeting you there or here at the church. But with that said, Larry, we've got some words to take care of, and we're up to the letter N, the second half of the alphabet.
Indeed.
So we've got all kinds of N words that we need to talk through, and I think you're going to kick things off talking about an old king. Why don't you tell us about Nebuchadnezzar?
Yeah, King Nebuchadnezzar, also known as Nebi. Well,
Nebi.
At least in my circle of friends.
Fair enough.
Nebi. He was famous enough that he's mentioned extra-biblically.
Like in the movie The Matrix.
And other places,
Okay.
even in antiquity.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Fair
he's
enough.
not just mentioned in the Bible, but he's mentioned in 2 Kings, Chronicles. He's famous in the book of Daniel. Prophet Jeremiah talks about Nebuchadnezzar a significant amount. Shockingly enough, he is known for annihilating Jerusalem and destroying a temple.
Yes.
So that, even though that seems really horrible, he's still looked on kind of favorably.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it kind of shocked me as far as kings go.
Yeah.
As far as good things that they did. I guess one of the wonders of the world is attributed to him, some hanging gardens. And he only died like 600 years before Jesus was born. And for our second word today, we've got a guy by the name of Nicodemus that, interestingly enough, we talked about at least a few times during the Lent edition.
That's right. Nicodemus shows up in the Gospel of John a few times, 3 to be exact. The first time he comes to Jesus under the cover of night. Skip ahead to the last time we see Nicodemus in the Lenten edition. We talked about he's one of the guys with Joseph of Arimathea who prepares Jesus' body for burial after the crucifixion. So Nicodemus is part of the ruling council of Jerusalem, the Sanhedrin, and so he's trying to figure out this Jesus character, trying to figure out what Jesus is all about, asking him questions. And the way I want to kind of talk about Nicodemus is what his lasting legacy is in the scripture, which are two things. First off, it's where we get the idea of being born again. Jesus tells Nicodemus that, in order to see the kingdom of God, you have to be born again, and Nicodemus can't really comprehend.
He's like, what does that even mean?
What do you have to mean? You have to be born again. But, that commentary about being born again and that concept really stuck, especially in evangelical Christianity, where to be a born-again Christian meant that you had left the old life behind and absorbed kind of the new lifestyle of being a Christian. So that's kind of one of the concepts we get from Nicodemus. The other lasting legacy is a Bible verse, John 3:16, as part of that conversation. And we don't usually think about that in context of Nicodemus, but it's part of the conversation Jesus has. And it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever should believe in him shall never die, but have eternal life." And that's where we get a lot of the biblical basis for salvation and what Jesus actually came to do is from that Nicodemus story.
Absolutely. So, and for the gospel in a nutshell, John 3:16, to be from that conversation is pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. Like I said, we've got a couple new segments on the show. You're about to witness the first one, and we call it
The Speed Round. So, like all things that are new, I feel like we need to give you a little bit of the framework for what we're doing.
Yes.
Essentially, for the speed round, we're going to have a word, and we're going to only be able to talk about that word for a particular amount of time. We have different amounts of time in the bag.
That's right.
We reach in, we pull out the amount of time, and that way, if it's 15 seconds, we literally time it for 15 seconds, and we have to stop talking at 15 seconds, even if we only said one incoherent sentence.
That's right. So, Larry, you're going to start us off on the speed round.
I will.
And your word is Nineveh. Go ahead and pick a number.
I will pick a number.
Show everybody at home what it is.
Oh, I get a whopping 24 seconds.
24 seconds to talk about Nineveh.
Nineveh. is a great city, which means it had a particular amount of size. It's famous in the book of Jonah because Jonah is told to go to the city of Nineveh and tell them that they're sinners. Apparently, Nineveh is well known for its sin. It's kind of like the Las Vegas of the day, so to speak. Jonah didn't really want to go, but he ends up going, and
that's all the time we have for Speed Round. So, if you want to find out more about Nineveh than that 24 seconds Larry gave you, you need to go to the book of Jonah in the Old Testament of the Bible. Read the story. It's great. Go check it out. Larry, like you did with Speed Round, why don't you tell us all about head-to-head?
Well, head-to-head is basically questions coming at us that we have no idea what they are based on the letter of the alphabet that we're in. So our answers are, in this case, going to all start with N, and we have a host, a guest host, possibly a permanent host if we can trick him into doing it permanently.
I think so. Why don't we take you to head-to-head?
All right, so this is our brand new segment on the ABCs of Faith. As you just saw, it's called Head-to-Head. Dino versus...
Yeah, me, Larry.
That's right. And we are going to have a host asking us 5 questions today. Our host is Dwayne Smith. Dwayne, say hey to everyone at home.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
And Dwayne's going to ask us 5 questions. All of the the answers are going to be with the letter of the week. And today it's the letter N. So I guess we've got 5 questions, and may the best person win.
Absolutely. If I ring in, it's going to turn blue.
And if I ring in first, it's going to turn red. So here we are on our neutral color. And why don't we start with question number 1, Dwayne?
Okay, question number 1. Laying east of Eden, it was the land into which Cain fled after killing Abel.
I guess I got to take a guess.
Okay,
Ner.
it was the land of Nod.
Oh, I was so close. Does Ner count?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 2. A prophet in the time of David and Solomon, he read David the Riot Act over his sinful relationship with Bathsheba.
Who is Nathan?
Nathan, that's correct.
I knew that one.
Did you see I answered in the form of a question? Did you? I did. I said, who is Nathan?
Okay. Question number 3. Mother-in-law of Ruth, her name means my delight. Larry.
Naomi.
Did I buzz in too early?
Yes.
Because what everyone's going to see is that I buzzed in really early.
Yes.
But you get that one. Okay.
Yes.
Let's show this for at home.
Naomi it is. 1-1.
All right. So we have to wait till the question's over. This is our first time.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
He has his own book in the Bible, part of which discusses the rebuilding of the wall of Jerusalem. Larry.
Hey,
Technically him, because I didn't let the question get finished.
Okay, Dino.
Nehemiah.
Very good.
Good job.
Hey, we gotta
And
wait till
final
the question
question,
is
unless we have to
out.
go to a final question, unless we go to a tiebreaker. A son of Cush, Genesis 10 calls him a mighty hunter before the Lord.
Son of. You better take a guess, Larry.
Naor.
Now, it's not a name we would call somebody politely today, but it's Nimrod.
Nimrod.
That's a great one.
That's a great one. So at the end of 5 questions, what's the final score, Dwayne?
The score is 2-1
Yes.
for
I win
Dino.
the first round. Dwayne, thank you so much for being here. Larry, nice try.
It was a nice try and a lot of fun. In my defense, I did know the one answer.
That's true. You did know one.
The one answer.
The one answer. So, Dwayne, thank you very much, and we'll
You're
see
welcome.
you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, Dino, you got me that time. Maybe I'll have better luck next time. I don't know if it was the buzzer or just my, foggy brain.
It happens.
Or your study leave. You came back from study leave a lot smarter.
That is probably not true.
Maybe not.
But why don't you tell everybody at home, before we get to the last word, how they can contact us if they want to hear their words on the air.
Yeah, if you just email larry@bradenton.church or just find me on a Sunday morning, let me know. Or in the comment section of this video, you can put your words in the comments. We get words sourced from all kinds of places.
We sure do.
It's actually a lot of fun. We enjoy that. And we have one more word for today that I'm going to let Dino take us out with.
And that is New Jerusalem. Now, New Jerusalem is an end times concept, but it actually shows up in the Old Testament in the book of Ezekiel. There's actually like 8 or 10 chapters devoted to this beautiful description of a holy city that like is of God and nothing else. And he sees this brand new city. He sees a brand new temple. This would be the 3rd temple because the 2nd temple had been destroyed. And the city is beautiful. When we get into Revelation, we see that it's got crystal lakes and streets of gold. And here's the thing. We're not sure if the New Jerusalem is intended to be a physical location or a divine reality. So if it's a physical location, it's going to be the place where all of the faithful gather in the end times. When Christ comes back and takes a seat on the throne and is victorious, all the faithful Christians will gather in the New Jerusalem, and the New Jerusalem will be basically the capital of heaven, if you will. If it is a divine reality, then it's where God has gathered all of his people. And again, we get to the heaven concept, which doesn't have a physical location per se. So that's what the New Jerusalem is. It's basically a glimmer of hope of what we have to look forward to when all of this earthly life is said and done.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, well, that's all the time we've got for today, right, Larry?
That is right. We'll see you next week with the letter
O. Have a good one.